Good Tuesday morning. Jerry in for Boomer again this morning. He will join us up in Cromwell, Connecticut for the Travelers tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. You'll get to see the big guy again and hear the big guy again. But once again, it's me, Jerry, CeeLo, Al, and Eddie. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
What is up, G? Good morning. How you doing?
Good. I've got lots of thoughts today. Lots
good.
of thoughts.
We got 4 hours to fill.
Like, as we sit here this morning, things have been buzzing around my head. Obviously, the Mets played a game that we all wanted to see them play for most of the season
Gives you
last
hope.
night. Slightly. I mean, and I'll ask you later, like, what do you need to see from them to actually take them seriously? So that's there, because I'm not taking them seriously yet. Nobody should after one win over the Houston Astros, where they look great, and Max Scherzer looked like the guy who's getting paid over $40 million to be the face of your franchise and the great pitcher that's supposed to take the ball in the biggest moments. So for one time this year, he did look like that. So that's obviously a thought. I also have a thought of the fact that we've got a big announcement here at WFAN at 4 p.m. Huge.
4 p.m. I was
4
not aware
p.m.
of this. All right.
Yes. So I guess we're not breaking the news of what the announcement is this morning, but I can at least break the news of when the announcement is going to be.
Good to know.
Yes. So I know there's been some rumblings and some scuttlebutt and some things that have been printed.
You do. Yes, you do.
In the paper. No, Al does care about that. I mean, maybe not golf.
He loves radio stuff.
But radio stuff, yes.
No, you do.
No. Yes, you do. So that will be at 4 p.m. So that's exciting.
Will we be out to dinner at 4 p.m.?
Yeah,
I hope so.
And that brings me to my other thought, where all I've been thinking about is my travel and the ferry, and now my new obsession is what ferry to take after the show tomorrow. Do I get the 11:30 and rush right out of there? Do I get the 12:30 and hang around and check out?
Well, how does that work
thing?
out with your miniature golf schedule?
Yeah, I'm not playing miniature golf. I decided.
Well, why did you just get on the ferry when you get there?
What do you mean?
You got to pre-buy the tickets.
You got to pre-buy the ticket. Yeah.
Well, just buy it when you get there. You just make it sold out on a
It might
Wednesday?
be. I don't know. Could
Really?
be.
Okay.
I'm not sure. How am I supposed to know?
I don't know.
Am I going to call them and say, you guys sold out, not sold out?
I don't know.
I feel like I got to pre-buy the ticket, so
I
I'm
guess 'cause
obsessing
you're-
over that.
That's the one you put your car on. Good point. I got you.
Yeah. You got to have the car. You got to put your license plate in. You got to pay for it. They scan the thing. So
Yeah.
now, like, and any normal human could be able to figure this out and not worry about it. But for me, it was keeping me up at night as I kept looking at the site. Do I do 12:30? Do I 11:30? Do I do 12? What if I miss the 11:30? The 12:30? I was doing this over and over and over again. So that was a big thought. And another big thought that I can't get out of my head. Have you been? And I know you're not a big news guy these days, not regular news guy. But have you seen this submersible submarine that's now
of course.
13,000 feet sitting on the bottom of the seafloor?
They think.
Potentially.
Right. They don't even know if it's sitting on the seafloor.
I mean, you want to talk about the worst nightmare. For me, of course, I think for most people this would be. But for me, with like claustrophobia and breathing stuff, like if there's one way that I do not want to die,
Suffocating
in a tube, like a miniature tube, 13,000 feet on the seafloor, waiting to die with other people with oxygen running out.
And have you seen the photos of what they're sitting in?
Yes.
Like
It's a sardine can.
Yeah. I mean, you're literally sitting there with a laptop in front of you, and that's it. And not much room right or left, and the next person's across from you diagonal. Yeah, terrifying is the only word I can come up with.
And they paid $250,000
Per head.
Per head.
I know.
To suffocate to death on the seafloor.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
I cannot. I've been just thinking about this and just completely appalled by this situation. And I don't know. I know they have a plan, and they're trying to get something down there.
They really don't, though. That's
there was
the problem.
the one thing they're going to try to send down there that's an unmanned.
Correct. That they have no idea if it will work because they have. So I guess something like this happened in 1970-something, I was reading. But it was only 1,500 feet below the surface, not 13,000. And this, they're saying, is way too far and too deep to send humans down there because they can't do it.
Yeah, there's no way. Divers can't make it down there. It's impossible.
And they don't know where it is.
Right. That's another thing. And they've got 70 to 96 hours to locate it and then get them up to a place where they can get oxygen.
Dude.
I know. I mean, it's...
There's no other word other than terrifying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and I was thinking about the moment that the passengers realized there was a problem and how the people that were running this thing, whoever that was, the driver, the pilot, whatever you want to call him, the captain, had to tell the people there what was happening. How does that message get delivered? Does he freak out, go, oh my God, oh crap? Or does he turn around and go, okay, well, this is the situation we're in, fellas.
I hope we're found.
So I'm going to be...
Right, there's no communication, correct?
No, nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
They have no idea. I mean, this thing could be it could be anywhere. Mm-hmm. I mean, really? I mean, maybe it floated to the top and it's floating around and they're just hanging out on the surface somewhere, hopefully, maybe, but I don't think so. That's not what anybody thinks. They think that it went right down to the bottom and it's just sitting there.
Correct. That's every article I have read has pretty much said it's likely sitting on the ocean floor.
Yeah.
And they've got a window that they can look out.
I mean, and the horrible irony of this being a mission to see the Titanic.
Yeah, I know.
On top of that, $250,000.
I can tell you a couple of things in my life I'm never doing. That, or trying to fly up into space. I'm good.
Well, one of the guys on there did both.
Oh, jeez.
So
was that the billionaire, the Canadian billionaire?
So he was on, I believe it was the Richard Branson space flight that he went up to. So he did go into space. And he came back okay with that, then hopped in this thing, and now obviously is in this situation.
I mean, you are really tempting fate.
Would you ever pay any sort of money to go and check out the Titanic?
No.
No sort of money at all?
No. Are you out of your mind? First of all, I saw the movie.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at the end, I saw the divers and the footage. I'm good.
Okay.
No, I would not. I'm not. I don't even want to go. I don't even want to snorkel.
See, I'm good. I think that would be. I think it would be cool. I mean, prior to knowing,
being on Mars would be cool, but I'm not going to do it.
But But prior to knowing this situation, I would do it personally. I think I would.
Are you nuts?
Maybe. I mean, you go down there.
You wouldn't wet yourself?
I mean, I would go down there. I would check it out. I think I would. Even though the whole claustrophobia thing I don't love, but I think that would be like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I think it'd be kind of cool.
But the moment the sunlight is gone and you're in just pitch black water, you'd be all right with that?
I would probably trust the technology. Prior to hearing this, I would. I'd be like, okay, how long are we going to be down here? Is it going to be X amount of time? Is it the temperature okay? Let me check this out.
I got news for you. Not only would I not do it and would I not pay for it, I wouldn't take cash to do it.
Really?
No.
There's got to be a number.
No, there's not.
There's a number.
There's not, because there's no number. I can tell you right now, just thinking about it gives me anxiety. I think I would have such a panic attack. There's no number worth it. There's just not, unless you're going to give me Xanax.
You're right. Yeah, what you could. I mean, you could take something like that. You're right, because
I'd have to be medicated.
Now, I do think it would be very cool to see the Titanic down there, but I have problems in planes sometimes when we're sitting on the tarmac, and I feel like I'm not going to be able to be let out of this plane. So you're right. I mean, I talk a mean game sitting here in the studio, but chances are I could freak out.
Seriously, I would need to be medicated. I don't even think that's a question.
What if they gave you Francisco Lindor's contract for the remainder?
It doesn't matter.
You wouldn't do it?
No. Without drugs? I can feel the idea of that. No. Nope. I can't get that thought through my head.
But it's easy to say no to the hypothetical because you know it's not going to happen. If someone actually came to you, you really wouldn't take $32 million a year for the next 8 years to go down in this thing to check out the Titanic for a couple hours?
I'll tell you a little story.
Yeah.
In Arizona, 5 years ago, Al knows this story. We went to an old town, an old, cowboy town, whatever that, like old Western town.
Yeah, sure.
With my wife and Matthew and Joseph, and we had a blast, wonderful week. And we were in this old Western town, and we saw a coal mine. Like, hey, you pay $5, they bring you down, and you walk around. All this, you can take the elevator down. I'm like, that sounds really cool. So we get in the elevator, we pay the money, and the thing starts going down. Mm-hmm. Back up. The guy's like, are you all right? I'm like, get me out of here.
Wow.
Like, I started, and I've never, ever had this feeling before. I can fly, no problem.
Yeah.
The ocean thing, no good. But I can fly, no problem. But this, for whatever reason, got me to where I was like, turn it around. I'm not doing this. And the guy's like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm positive. He goes, all right, hold on. He goes, turn around. It never went anywhere. And I felt like a fool. But that moment of thinking I was going down 8, 9 stories into the
I
ground
gotcha.
with no escape.
Okay.
No.
I just
couldn't do it.
Okay. So you'd be heavily medicated. You'd go down there probably.
Medicated, maybe.
Okay. Maybe you'd go down.
Maybe.
I mean, for $30 million a year for the next 8 years.
Right. I think most people will be like, help, sign me up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you can keep it.
Like
I'm good. My life's good.
I mean, some people would say they would take the shot with being one of these people at the bottom of the seafloor right now. With
they're idiots.
Little hope for the chance of $30 million a year.
They're morons.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's just this whole thing. If they find this would be the deepest rescue ever in the history of sea rescues. If they were able to find these people and they came out alive.
Yeah, where did I see it? It's off the coast of Cape Cod?
Yeah. About 900 miles off the coast of Cape Cod.
Man.
13,000 feet. The other thing is, too, what type of marine life is down there?
Right.
All these sharks with no eyes and stuff, and the octopuses with 15 legs instead of 8.
I don't know.
Octopi.
But what I don't understand, and maybe I misread it, because I read 2 articles on it this morning, and I actually watched a video piece on it, too. There's not sonar or something in this thing? Like, how can they not find it?
Well, I think what happened was for it to die and go down to the bottom of the sea, everything probably died on it.
I know that, but
it's also 13,000 feet. I mean, it probably doesn't reach. Like, it's not supposed to be that deep, I don't think. Well, maybe it was because it was the Titanic's on the seafloor, too. So I don't know. I don't know. You would think there'd be some sort of beaming something or whatever to let them know where they are.
There's got to be some fail-safe. Hey, by the way, if the engine dies,
so
they can find us.
I mean, I'm just thinking, because as we sit here right now, there are people sitting in that submersible running out of oxygen.
Yeah.
I cannot get that out of my head.
Knowing that the clock is ticking and you have no communication to know if anybody's coming to get you.
I mean, what?
I would think so you asked the question, if you're the captain, what do you do?
Right.
The only thing I could think is to keep things calm, is to tell them they're on their way.
You can't lie to them.
Well, what do you want to tell them? Hey, listen, guys, in 70 to 96 hours, you're going to start not being able to breathe. But you'll be okay.
I think, no, you can't tell them they're going to be okay. You got to tell them the facts.
They might kill each other down there.
But what would that do, killing each other? You know what I'm saying? You can't
spare them from suffocating. I don't know.
I mean, maybe, somebody will you know what? I bet you somebody would probably try to break out of it stupidly.
And do what? Swim to the top?
No, I'm saying stupidly. That's why. Like, you do dumb things. People get hypothermia. They do really dumb things.
That's another good question. Is there heat on this thing? I guess not. Yeah, no, it's brutal, man.
It's getting worse and worse the more I think about it.
Absolutely brutal.
Yeah, so I listen, I'm hoping for the best of this. I don't know if I very rarely put on these cable news channels because of all the crap that is getting fed to you on a daily basis. But when there's a story like this, like, I'll flip it on to see if there's like continuing coverage of what's happening, like the Malaysia air flight thing, MH370. When that was going on, I was glued to those cable news channels.
Nothing ever came of that, right?
No, they did a whole documentary. They really didn't. They still don't know exactly what happened.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody's got a theory,
but never got scientific proof or answers.
No, not really. I mean, and even the debris that was found in Madagascar, people were disputing that because one guy found all this debris. And I mean, there's a great documentary on Netflix I would highly recommend to watch.
Should they be so lucky to be found?
Yeah.
Would be the greatest rescue, and I don't want to call Apollo 13 a rescue, but an assisted rescue of some sort.
Yeah.
Where I would think everybody would be, right?
Oh, yeah.
Really excited.
I would hope so.
Captivate the country.
I would hope it would captivate the country, but probably not. I mean, you'd probably be like, oh, that's cool, and then start scrolling through TikTok again. That's probably what would happen.
That's probably true.
You know?
No, you're right.
If you think about it.
Doesn't take long.
If they do come out alive, I think that's a good sign for the Mets season because it's sort of a metaphor for what's going on. The Mets are now 13,000 feet at the bottom of the seafloor running out of oxygen.
They're not that far down.
If they can come up, these people, then maybe
they're only
Mets
5 games out of the wild card. They're not 13,000 feet down.
Yeah.
Come on now.
How long do you think it takes if they come out alive, the people in this submersible? If they come out alive, how long do you think it takes for them to start complaining about little things like not being able to find parking or the weather?
So they come back, they never take life for granted again.
Right.
A week.
1 week?
A week, maybe 2.
Before they go, there's goddamn traffic. They never fixed the potholes on this stupid-ass road.
It doesn't take long.
No.
It really doesn't. We've all gone through it a million times when people pass away and you sit there and think about, let's not take life for granted, and everything's great for 24 hours, 2 days, 3 days, and then within a week, we're right back to things.
That's it. We're just complaining about
Which
everything.
is not right by any stretch of the imagination.
And just like that, we're bitching about Max Scherzer again, who actually had a great night last night.
He had a very good night.
We have to give him credit. And CeeLo's going to tell us all about that next.